Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be taking a look at the recent result between Stormers vs Toulon and the Bulls vs Glasgow Warriors. First up, Stormers vs Toulon. What a game, what a finish, and what a controversy. The DHL Stormers have been knocked out of the Investec Champions Cup, but not without serious drama in France. Tonight, we break down how the Stormers fell just 1 point short against RC Toulon, in a match filled with heartbreak, huge moments, and some very questionable calls. The Stormers traveled to the intimidating Stade Mail, knowing just how important home ground advantage is in knockout rugby. And it showed. Toulon edged it 28-27 in a nail-biting round of 16 clash, but that scoreline doesn't tell the full story. Let's talk about the moments that will have Stormers fans fuming. Referee Christophe Ridley made several calls in the final 15 minutes that proved crucial. A potential try by Ntuthuko Makhunu, ruled no try. A clear cynical infringement by Toulon near their line, but no penalty try even considered. And the biggest one, a last-gasp effort by Marcel Thiounison that looked like the match winner, ruled held up. In a hostile French stadium, those 50-50 calls? They didn't go the Stormers' way. Despite all that, the Stormers showed serious fight. After trailing 28-20 late in the game, a moment of brilliance from Sasha Feinberg Mingomezulu. He breaks down the right wing, setting up Imad Khan for a crucial try. Suddenly, it's game on at 28-27. And Toulon? Down to 13 men. Hanging on. Studio microphone missed opportunity? But here's the big question. Why didn't the Stormers set up for a drop goal? With a player like Feinberg Mingomezulu on the field, that could have been the difference between heartbreak and victory. Instead, they kept pushing for the try. And we all know how that ended. Earlier in the game, it looked like the Stormers had control. A powerful try from Eben Roos gave them a 20-14 lead with 25 minutes to go. But Toulon responded quickly. Mathis Ferté crosses to retake the lead. Then another wide attack exposes the Stormers' defense. Suddenly, it's 28-20. Game flipped. Full credit to the Stormers though. This was a performance full of heart, resilience, and fight. Coach John Dobson made bold calls off the bench, and it nearly paid off. They stuck to their plan, pushed to the very end, and came within inches of pulling off an incredible comeback. Let's be real, if even one of those big calls goes their way, we're probably talking about a Stormers win. Instead, it's Toulon who advanced to the quarterfinals, and they'll be very relieved to escape this one. Do you think the Stormers were robbed? Should that final try have been awarded? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Next up, Bulls vs Glasgow Warriors. Heart, grit, and missed chances. The Vodacom Bulls gave everything in Scotland, but it just wasn't enough. They fall 25-21 to the Glasgow Warriors, crashing out of the Investec Champions Cup, and ending South Africa's run in the tournament. But this wasn't a blowout. This was a game of fine margins and big frustrations. Played at the Scotstoun Stadium, this match had everything working against the Bulls. Driving rain, gale force winds, slippery conditions. It was the kind of night where execution matters more than ever. And unfortunately for the Bulls, that's exactly where things went wrong. Here's the story of the game. The Bulls got into the Glasgow 22, again, and again, and again. But every time, knock on, turnover, ball ripped away. They simply could not convert pressure into points. Meanwhile, Glasgow, clinical, efficient, deadly near the line. That's why they outscored the Bulls 4-2, and ultimately controlled the game. The Bulls actually led at halftime. Yes, led. Thanks to 3 penalties from Handré Pollard, they stayed in the fight early. Then came their first try. A brilliant blindside move, started by Janan Moody and David Creel, finished by Johan Grabelar in the corner. At halftime, 14-12 to the Bulls. But there was a catch. Second half, they'd be playing into a brutal wind. To their credit, the Bulls didn't fold. They showed serious guts, but Glasgow took control, Jack Dempsey powers over from a maul. Patrick Schickerling crashes over from close range. Then the killer blow. Stafford McDowell finishes in the corner after stretching the Bulls' defense. That's the difference. When Glasgow got chances, they finished. The Bulls did strike back late. A chip kick from Moody. Finished with pure strength by Marco van Staden. Score Titans, hope alive. But then, penalty after penalty. Yellow card for Elric Liu. And Glasgow shut the door. Adam Hastings takes his time. Slots the penalty. Game over. Let's be clear. The Bulls didn't lack effort. They brought the fight. They brought the physicality. But what they lacked was penetration. If they were even 20% more clinical in the red zone, this could have been a famous upset. Instead, it's frustration. Do you think the Bulls blew a big opportunity? Or were Glasgow just too good on the night? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more rugby breakdowns.